It looks like this post got at least 1 like, so you know what that means.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Spartacus.
Tell a friend.
Well, I hope I don't get a copyright strike or claim on this video because I used that song. And of course, all jokes aside, you guys, welcome back to the channel. I am going to be talking about the officer rank challenges for Season 4 in Modern Warfare. I, of course, have also completed the entire Battle Pass for this season, and I've actually completed it quite a while ago. I got to admit, Warzone is very good for actually getting through those tiers really fast, so that's a tip for you guys if you haven't completed it just quite yet. But of course, the officer rank challenges are something that I think some of us look forward to every single season, just so we can have that emblem and show it off on our player card. So anyway, let's go ahead and talk about some of the officer rank challenges here. And I gotta be honest with you, I kind of like them this season. I think I like them more than any other season, and that's mostly due to the fact that the challenges that you can complete in multiplayer are a little bit different than what we saw in the previous seasons, because in the previous seasons, there were relatively all the exact same challenges, except they were like in different orders, and this time they actually have Warzone challenges, which I know some people don't actually like the fact that you have to play Warzone and complete certain challenges in that mode in order to get this season's emblem, and I was a little surprised that they didn't have Warzone challenges in Season 3, considering we did have Warzone during Season 3, so I don't know, it's kind of interesting how they finally ended up putting Warzone challenges here for Season 4 challenges, and I'm not complaining. It definitely spiced things up a little bit. It definitely makes it a little bit more challenging than usual, which I do enjoy because, I mean, for God's sakes, these are challenges we're trying to complete here. But anyway, there are 2 specific Warzone challenges that I think a lot of people will find tedious and a little bit frustrating to complete, and that will be, of course, buying 25 armor boxes, which are a little bit expensive in the kiosk when you go into Warzone. Of course, those buy stations are scattered everywhere, but of course you need cash in order to spend something at that buy station. Armor boxes, you have to buy 25 of them. Pretty self-explanatory. Obviously, it doesn't have to be in one game. That's like literally impossible. And the best way to do this is, of course, doing those supply run contracts, which were recently added during the Season 4 update, if I'm not mistaken. And these supply run contracts reduce the price of the armor boxes, so you can buy them more frequently in a single game if you really wanted to. Another thing that you have to complete during these officer rank challenges for Season 4 are, of course, reviving teammates 15 times using the kiosk, of course, being the buy station, right? This is not too difficult. I mean, you just have to keep playing the game with some friends or some randoms, something you cannot complete in solos, which I know can be frustrating to a lot of us because, of course, like myself, I complete these challenges by myself. I don't use my friends to like try and help complete them for me, you know, but the thing is, it wasn't too hard for me to actually complete this because my friends and I play Warzone all the time, so this just came naturally to me to complete it, and eventually I did revive my teammates at least 15 times in the kiosk now that I have the emblem, which is an okay emblem this season, by the way. I just thought I'd bring that up really quick. I am not a huge fan of the animation this emblem presents compared to like some other emblems I have, but you know, I'm glad to show it off to my friends and like enemy players that I go up against. So anyway, yes, those are pretty much the 2 Warzone challenges that I can see are really frustrating for this season. Of course, we have some other ones like get quad feeds or Fury kills, which isn't too hard now that we have a shipment playlist in the game, or I guess right now it's like shoot the rusty ship, or it's not called that, it's like shoot the houseboat, something like that. I don't know. They basically have a playlist where you can play shipment in it or rust or whatever you want to play on to get that easy quad feed. Not too difficult. I mean, for God's sakes, I literally got a quad feed using an RPG and some other weapons, so I mean, come on, like it's honestly not too difficult to get quad feed in shipment. I think you guys can easily figure that out. And other than just the Warzone challenges themselves during this season, I didn't really find it too difficult. I mean, of course, it does get a little hard to level up once you're like past level like 130. Earning XP can be a little bit more difficult in some respect. Of course, you just gotta pop those double XP tokens, wait for double XP events, and all that good stuff. But you know, for the most part, the challenges this season are not too difficult. I mean, they're relatively the same as previous seasons, but they might be a little bit easier. They don't require as much tedious effort. I do believe you have to run over people in one of these challenges as well, where it's like, I think at least 30 enemies. This is pretty easy to do if you play Warzone Rumble, which currently is not in the game right now, which kind of sucks. But I recommend playing Ground War out of all game modes, specifically on the map like Krovnik Farmland. That's the map I always use to actually try and run people over, so I highly recommend playing on that Ground War map to try and get this challenge done. If not, maybe you want to play the Shipment playlist, which you can still complete, by the way, if you just use the Wheelson and run over enemies. That will still count towards the challenge, which is pretty nice. One thing I noticed with these season's challenges is we didn't really have any game mode challenges. Like, there wasn't specific game modes you had to play in order to, like, win and stuff like that, especially, like, Search and Destroy, because Search and Destroy kind of is out of my comfort zone, and I kind of like playing that once in a while, so I kind of wish we had that challenge implemented. Or Call in the Juggernaut, we didn't have that challenge in this season either, and I actually like the challenge where you have to call in a Juggernaut, just because it is pretty difficult earning a Juggernaut in the game, and it definitely shows some skill you have to like use in order to actually get that challenge done. So I would like to see more kill streak type challenges in these like officer rank challenges in future seasons, but as of right now, this season wasn't too bad, mostly because they added Warzone challenges, which honestly was not too bad. I honestly am not complaining. Of course, we have the typical attachment challenges where you have to get so many kills with 5 attachments, so many kills with 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0 attachments. Of course, those challenges are like in every single season. I'm still salty that I never got to complete all the challenges in Season 0. I was very close. I remember grinding the night before the Season 0 actually ended, and I was not able to complete it, and that was mostly due to the fact that they were kind of glitched out at the time, which was really frustrating. But honestly, like I've said before, I want there to be more kill streak challenges, specifically maybe kills, not so many like kill streaks you have to call in necessarily. I'd like maybe like 10 chopper gunner kills. That would be kind of cool. That way it requires a little bit of skill to actually use the kill streak in general. You don't actually have to call it in, and then there you go, you have the kill streak done. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I just want the challenges just to be a little bit harder next season, and maybe give me something to grind for during a longer period of time. Now that I'm already done with basically this season, I have nothing to grind for anymore, which is a little bit of a shame. I will probably still play Warzone because my friends and I love playing that mode, but multiplayer, nothing really to grind for. There's definitely a few weapons I do not have gold yet, but I don't want to get those gold now and not have anything to grind for next season, so that's also another thing. But anyway, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. I just wanted to talk about the officer rank challenges for Season 4. I will probably make a video doing a review of Season 4 in general, the maps that came into the game, all the new weapons, and all that good stuff, right? But I just kind of want to talk a little bit about the officer rank challenges and my opinions about them for Season 4. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel for more Call of Duty videos in the future, and I shall catch you guys later.